I guess it depends on whether you're looking at pure profit or how much do I get from a hectare of, and don't factor in the other stuff. Obviously things like fertilizer, it's going to reduce your profit, but all of the crops are going to suffer from the same cost in fertilizer, whether you're using manure, digestate, solid, liquid, whatever. You're going to fertilize every crop twice, and so therefore that cost is normalized over all the crops, so you kind of have to factor in that cost. However, it does affect your profit, but it affects the profit of all of them. So the guy I was watching wasn't factoring that cost into his math. It was just cost to plant versus cost to pull out of the ground. I don't know that canola or potatoes, whether he included having beehives on the edge of the field, which gives you another 5% yield bonus for those crops. Can't remember what the other one it affects, but definitely worth getting bees if you're going into canola oil production. And probably potato production as well. But you can't do anything with potatoes yet. Somebody needs to mod in a potato chip factory. How are we doing? We need 3 more. Okay, well I guess I've got 3 more. First Saturday of the month we have emergency siren tests. So yeah, last time I checked, our local weather said we are getting 16 hours of snow tonight, or from this afternoon. So starting at about 4 hours, it's supposed to start snowing all the way through to about 10, 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, solid. Not sure what level of snow we're supposed to be getting. 26 inches? 3 to 6 inches. Okay, 3 to 6 inches. So 3 to 6 inches, 3 inches is possibly okay, 6 inches is going to be, we're staying at home. But then we're going into a hard freeze until Wednesday, I think. So that may not be moving anytime soon either. But we are beyond the days of, oh, there's 3 foot of snow outside my door, I can't make it into work anymore. We're now into the modern era where, well, you can log into your job from home and work from home. So, no snow days for me. Stop. Go backwards. So I think we've done okay. Had about 202 at the start of the session, I think. Now we have been running a worker on Follow Me for part of that, so there is a little bit of outlay. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. I made 112 bales, that's nice. We've made 11,365 from bales. I'm gonna say, well, actually I don't know. What did we harvest in the last few days? When did we harvest the spelt? We harvested the spelt in early summer. I don't know that if we go back to the money screen, that's our clover silage sales. That's our, have we really made 11,000 from our clover sales so far today? That'll be good if we have. Worker costs. wage payments. So we've paid 477 for wage payments. That's no big deal. I guess we have, because we've unloaded a fair few, and that's about 5,000 per trailer. So we should now be up to 17,000. Yeah. Okay, so selling bales, always worth it when you can. Now, if your playthrough is 1 year and you get to the end and it's sort of, well, I've got a field of wheat and I'm going to harvest it and then I'm going to bale it up. If you haven't used a baler yet, do not buy a baler and bale up those bales, because they will not cover the cost of the baler in 1 year. I made that mistake on one of the playthroughs I did. I said, we're going to go 12 months on this map and see where we get to at the end of the year. And we got right to the end of the year and I'm doing the harvest. It's sort of, okay, so got some wheat, got some barley, we'll bale, we'll create the straw and we'll bale it up. And then it's sort of, yeah, the baler cost me 36,000 and I probably made about 6,000 from the sale. It's just sort of, that was a really bad financial decision. Now, if I'd been doing grass and a load of other stuff, that would probably have been worth it. If you've got a baler on hand, keep it. If you're playing the playthrough for multiple years, buy a small baler, or even a baler that does variable size bales is good for Farm Sim 22, because then you have to pick up fewer of them. Okay, we'll fold you up for a minute. We'll turn that off. We'll jump out and I guess nitrogen bad. See, that's what worries me. Nitrogen bad. Oh, actually, well, see, I think that's telling me the recommended is 40 and I've got 120. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to speed up time. I am going to look at this map here, and we will run over here. Soil. pH is meh. I mean, obviously you want it to be sort of in this range. It's not, but I don't need to lime these fields. I might lime these fields just before winter. That would probably be a prudent idea. This field and the other doodads. Now this, what does this look like? Yeah, that's 120. That's too high. That's 140. On the bottom side of the field, I have 60. And the red is maybe 0. So this end of the field needs to be fertilised. This end of the field, I think we're over fertilised on. I don't know how that's happened. But that is a little bit of a problem. Because Clover is a desperately low... oh, the Asaria Scout's on sale. That's nice. I don't care. We could be going well into the night. We are well into the night. It's going to be sunny in the morning. That one. Can't see a thing. There we go. Okay, I am going to sleep till the morning and hopefully that hay will become hay. We will gather it and then we will sell the rest of what we have. It's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Yeah, we'll sleep 9 hours. Boof. And the sunrise. We've still got long days, long summer days. So how does that hay look? That hay has not dried out. I am a little bit concerned about that. We do have weeds growing. Awesome. See, that there is hay. This here is dry grass. I guess we're just going to go with it, see what works out, what doesn't. But I kind of want to get this job completed. You are going to accept that. That's nice. Okay, GCB engine on, all of the things, rotate them, and drive. Now it should be possible, even doing this, it should be possible to see from the colours of the bales whether I end up with grass bales or hay bales. If we end up with grass bales, I'm going to have to discard them. We'll put them in the stack with all of the other bales that are up in the end of the yard, and we'll wrap what we need to. I just remembered the grass is going to decay, so I need to be a little bit careful with what I'm doing here, or how long it takes me to wrap those bales up in the yard, because... Oh, hi tree. Oops. So in all likelihood the class will not make that turn I just did. Certainly looks like the bales are coming out Clover, so that's possibly okay. The annoying thing with this is that the Clover hay bales are very light in colour, but Clover, the progression from Clover to dry Clover is, it gets darker at each stage. But then when you bale this dark Clover hay up, it becomes a very light Clover hay bale for some reason. It makes visual identification a little bit tricky, obviously. So we're still predominantly starting bales with Clover hay. So the bales we produce are exactly what we want them to be most of the time. I'm going to start doing weird angles here. Alright, now we'll move away from the place we're working. Having trouble identifying Clover hay on the ground and where I've picked up grass or mowed grass area with nothing on it. That still looks good. We're still producing Clover hay, so that's good. And the problem with the bale stacker is it only tells me I've got stacks of bales on the back. It doesn't. the number of bales I've got. It doesn't really tell me what bales I have in the back. Not sure if that was rectified in 22, but if I've got a multi-stack bale fork, not necessarily an auto-loaded, just something that will hold 3 bales, it would tell me I have, or sometimes it'll tell me the quantities I am carrying. And that might be me getting FarmSim 22 mixed up. So if you load up a flatbed with a bunch of pallets, it'll tell you, oh, you've got 1,000 litres of lettuce and 2,000 litres of tomatoes and what have you. It'll actually break down by volume what you're carrying. But right here, right now, all we're ever going to know is, oh, you've got 14 bales on the back of your bale trailer. Please guess what type they are, because I ain't telling you. Okay, we are good here. Looks like I've covered pretty much most of what we wanted. So we can fold this up and go and park this over by the Challenger. So everything else we make, it's going to be more money. We're not saving anything. If we do have any raw grass, then I'm just going to have to... Did I go the wrong way for the... There we go. Okay, we can stop following. Turn off the thing, lift up the thing, unload the thing. Woo! That was the wrong button. Okay, and fold up the thing. That was the right thing to do. And then we can park this over here. And turn off the engine. Now, where's my case? There. So we have 2 square bales. We will do a colour check at the end of collecting the next 14. Let's see if they look the same. Okay, so not a lot left to do. I think we've probably got more than a trailer load though. We could probably look ahead and see. We ended up with 131. Actually, that's a good alternate. I thought we were only going to get 110, but 130, yeah, it's in the range I usually see. I'm thinking that bale on the left up there, probably not clover hay. That really looks like grass. Bingo. So, not going to collect that one right away. Until I forget and pick it up anyway. So I think the last few bales on the field, we'll just collect them, drop them at the back of the yard with the other bales that need to be wrapped, And then anything that doesn't wrap we can throw in the sell point, and anything that does wrap we'll keep on one side until it's fermented and worth some money. Okay, that's all done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, maybe 8 more bales to grab. Coming up on 20 after 12, actually just after 20 after 12. So for right now I'm kind of looking at drawing this to a close. We'll be back, barring any issues, next week on Saturday morning, usual time, for another installment from the Oakfield farm. It's late summer, day 9 late summer, so tomorrow is the start of harvest. We'll have potatoes, we'll have sunflowers, and we'll have sugar beets that need to be cut down. There's also a corn silage that I need to, or corn forage that I need to run, as well as a test for winter. Very expensive test for winter, but we will see how that pans out, because you can start foraging corn in the last stage of growth, so we could do that early, or we can leave it till it's dry. Okay, what did we expect from this? 3, 7, 4, 4, 5, 1. That's good. And this collection trailer probably needs a bit of a clean as well when we get back. Although it lives in the bottom yard, so I'll probably clean it down there. Anyway, we are kind of good. Like I said, as expected, baling just takes a long time. So that pretty much took us all day. Well, the entire stream. Anyway, 1, 2. I'll collect the grass bale last. That way it's the top bale on whichever row it ends up on. Number 5, wheeling up. No, there's another tucked in there. Any more? Any more? No more. And good, done. Okay, so I might bring the Valtra down here, spray this field, and get the nitrogen levels back to ideal, if we can. Obviously, some of the field is reporting higher nitrogen levels than I think Clover is actually happy with. And there's nothing I can do about that. I did notice, well, it's one of the things with that, this is a recently scanned field, this is an old scanned field. As the scan ages, the colours deepen, if you like. They're not as bright. I'll be taking this up to the end, aren't we? So that's a thing to watch for. Okay, I can go around this side. We'll just drop it here. So there were, I mean, it was kind of rumoured that you would have to rescan your fields at various intervals. But I've never played anything long enough to actually see that as a requirement. That button. That'll do it. We're all good here. We'll take this down to the lower field, and I think we're looking good. Oh, did we? We slept overnight. I have not checked the sheep, so I must remember to do that before. Whoa, I was going to clean that before next week. Okay. One clean bale collection wagon done. Let's put it back in the shed over here. So yeah, as I said, next week we should be looking at our main harvest. And that will probably run to a few sessions, since we have potatoes, we have corn to forage, which is a pain in the butt, and we have sugar beets. So there is a lot of really labour intensive tasks to do. And we'll intersperse that with running the harvest around and grabbing some sunflowers. But for right now, I think we're good to call this. I hope everybody had a good New Year's. I hope everyone's new year is good. But for right now, I'm done, so I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.